Hello everybody and welcome back to our Miami Dolphins franchise here in Madden 18. My name is JT Plays and today we have hit the halfway point in the 2017 NFL season. The Miami Dolphins are 2-5. They are currently last in the AFC East. They are one game behind the Bills, 1.5 behind the Jets, and 2 games behind the New England Patriots. It's a very doable thing to do to come back in this AFC East, considering New England is not 6-1. They're not 7-0. The other teams are contending. But what's hurt the Miami Dolphins so far this year, games that have just gotten away. And one of those games was the New York Jets game in New York, where they did lose 35-30 for that box score. You can see right there in the fourth quarter, the Jets, 21-0, unanswered. Really uncalled for. And then every other loss, well, you probably expect. Buccaneers week 1, Chargers week 2, New Orleans week 4, Falcons 2 weeks ago. But coming up for the Dolphins, they have at Baltimore versus Oakland and at Carolina. I think the Raiders and Panthers can definitely be a loss. Ravens can be a win. And then you get really tough. Patriots, Broncos, Patriots, Bills, Chiefs, and Bills. I think both the Bills game could be a win. And that honestly is going to do it. So we're looking at 3 wins the rest of the year. And we are 2-5 now. That's 5-11. So not good. Not good at all. Right, 5-11. It shouldn't be this bad, but it is. 5, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 5-11. Not good. Just not good at all. So, halfway report. What's the team look like? Well, Matt Moore, he got the job done. He's going to be the quarterback for the rest of the year. That's been that way for about 3 weeks now. The IR for the Miami Dolphins, it's definitely decorated with players. Lamont Barrow, he'll be out the rest of the year. Jay Jai, we'll see Damian Williams for the next 4 weeks. Maybe a little more. Tony Lippett, 7 weeks Achilles tear. Ted Larson, he comes back this week against Baltimore. You guys will see that next time out. Otherwise, Koa Missy, Ryan Tannehill, Raquan McMillan, and Jermon Bushrod. Well, maybe not Bushrod. Bushrod will come back with a shoulder tear. But McMillan, Tannehill, Missy, out for the year. But Barrow, out for the year as well. So, 4 guys out for the year. 3 or 4 more are going to miss about 4 to 7 weeks. So, this team not in a great spot. So far, in the stats department and all that, the Miami Dolphins are not doing horrible, but they could be doing a lot better. Obviously, with Jay Cutler in the beginning, it did not get any better. So far in passing yards, Tom Brady leads that over Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Blake Bortles, Trevor Siemian, Deshaun Kaiser, Joe Flacco. Touchdown leaders, it's definitely a mess up there, but Matt Ryan, 19 touchdowns, leads over Rivers, Brady, Rodgers, Bortles, Kaiser, Alex Smith. The least interceptions among qualifying quarterbacks, well, we're going to start with the most. That's Deshaun Watson, 5-13. Definitely the opposite of real life before he got injured. But I'm going to say the least amount of picks by a qualifying quarterback, that's going to go to Joe Flacco, Tyrod Taylor, all those guys. Maybe not Taylor because Nathan Peterman is showing the way there, but probably Joe Flacco with 3 interceptions. So definitely some strange numbers here so far halfway through 2017. Rushing leader, J.J. was leading the way. He's out 4 weeks. So that's Darren Sproles, Latavius Murray, Devontae Freeman, DeMarco Murray, Doug Martin, Jonathan Stewart, all these guys to take advantage. J.J. before he got injured, 2 fumbles, 3 touchdowns, 624 yards on 124 attempts. And your touchdown leader so far rushing, it is Darren Sproles. And then it's Le'Veon Bell, Ty Montgomery, Latavius Murray, Jeremy Hill, Theo Riddick, Terrence West. So, again, Miami with some problems on the IR there. Receiving leaders, Julian Edelman is blowing out the competition. 899 yards on 56 catches, 6 touchdowns. He's averaging 128 a game. Antonio Brown is next with 752. Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb, then Corey Davis, the rookie from Western Michigan. Kenny Stills, he's up there. That's honestly a little bit surprising considering he's been injured, off and on performance. It's been a roller coaster year for the Dolphin team. Blocking, so far, just downs played. That goes to the centers and the guards and all those guys and tackles. Jacksonville, 600 plus downs played. Defense, this is where it gets fun. Solo tackles, Alden Smith from the Raiders, 61 tackles leads the way. Then it's Blake Martinez, Luke Kuechly, Demario Davis, Cavell Connor. Then the guy from the Niners, we're not even going to pronounce, Kyle Van Noy, Paul Posluszny, list goes on and on and on. Sack leaders, who has the most sacks? That's Brandon Graham and the Eagles. Joey Bosa, Jarrell Casey, Stephen Tuitt, Ezekiel Ansah, Chris Baker, Fletcher Cox, J.J. Watt. You think he'd be up there, but he's not. For defense and interceptions, who has the most? Janoris Jenkins does. 4 interceptions, Quentin Demps and Chris Harris Jr., Jarrell Freeman, Navarro Bowman, Darrell Revis, Brent Grimes, Marcus Williams. On kicking and really not so much punting, but kicking, who has the best field goal percentage and all this? Brandon McManus, 9 for 9. Martavis Bryant, 5 for 5. Hopkins, Janikowski, all the names you expect. Will Lutz. Then we go to extra points and nothing set in stone. Kyra Santos, 2021, that's the highest at 95%. There's nobody with a perfect extra point percentage. So now if we go to Miami and we take a look at what the Dolphins have done, you can see that, well, it hasn't registered anything for the Dolphins kickers. I'm not sure why, but it hasn't. So the defensive leader on the Dolphins, Rashard Johnson, Zadarius Smith, Lawrence Timmons, Nate Allen, William Hayes. All these guys looking pretty good on the tackle department. On the receiving end, we already covered Kenny Stills. He is up there in receiving yards. Julius Thomas the second, J.J. is third. Devontae Parker, Jarvis Landry, and Kevin White. We would like to use more, but you're going to use your tight end. You're going to use your halfback. Maybe not as much as we should, but they are getting the job done. Rushing, we already covered with J.J. But what about Damian Williams? He's taking over the next 4 weeks. 31 carries so far, 226 on the ground, 1 touchdown. But he's averaging almost 7.5 yards per carry. And then passing, Matt Moore, 817 through the air, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's definitely improving. A lot better numbers than Jay Cutler. But guys, so far we are looking at 7th overall for Miami in the offensive category. It's very good for Miami. Unfortunately, the defense, not so much. The Miami Dolphins are next to last almost. They've given up 2,700 yards total of defense. So with that said, let's go take a look at awards. And any Miami Dolphins in the hunt for anything? Yeah, Matt Moore. Actually, last week, and 22 for 33 or 4-2 passing touchdowns, 5 sacks given up though, 10 carries, 52 yards, and those 2 rushing touchdowns. So nice to see the Miami Dolphins getting some recognition. Let's take a look quickly at the conference standings in AFC and NFC and see where your team ranks up. In the AFC, it's the Chargers at best 6-1, Jaguars 5-2, Bengals 4-2, Titans, Patriots, Broncos, Raiders, Jets, Ravens, Browns, Colts all battling with 3 wins and some guys with 4. The worst is the Chiefs and the Dolphins and Steelers all at 2-5. NFC 6-1 Panthers and the 5-2 Eagles, Vikings 4-2 Cowboys, Seahawks 4-3 Packers, Rams, and then guys with 3 wins: Redskins, Falcons, Bucks, Giants, and the Bears. Worst team in the NFL overall, 1-5-1. Arizona Cardinals. They did top with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-1. So best in the NFL overall, LA Chargers at 6-1. Worst team, the Arizona Cardinals at 1-5-1. So that's gonna do it for the halfway report. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week when the Dolphins head to Landover, Maryland. Not Landover. M&T Bank Stadium, Baltimore, Maryland, and they take on the Ravens. Should be fun. A win will definitely help out the Dolphins overall, obviously, but we need the other teams to lose. We need New England to fall off a little bit. I don't see that happening, though. We need the Jets and the Bills because we need all these games before the bye week. It's not going to be fun after the bye week. We'll see you later. Take care.